He said, and by the way, you're the most powerful branch of government. I don't know what you're complaining about. All the tools you need to restore the balance are in the Constitution.
Boom! Part 3. Okay, here we are. We got Representative Thomas Massie. And as always, 5 minutes of questioning is way too long. Let's try to rip this bad boy in 60 seconds. Okay, recall the overarching question at issue here, and that's, can these district courts issue injunctions that are universally binding?
But this is a double-edged sword. Under the Biden administration, he did unconstitutional and unlawful things during COVID that were stopped with nationwide injunctions. So, for instance, he had a rent moratorium that was stopped, and he refused to grant religious exemptions to the vaccines in the military. There was a nationwide injunction, and then his OSHA vaccine mandate was stopped with a nationwide injunction. So I'm torn on this. Maybe if we just don't have nationwide injunctions, people in certain districts can live under tyranny or the perception of it. And if you're in a different judicial district or circuit, you get some remedy from the tyranny.
Interesting stuff. Trump is president now, so these district court rulings are going against him, but the Honorable Massie does a great job of explaining the other side, as when Biden was president and there were district court judges ruling against some of his political executive branch actions. So we thank the Honorable Massie for providing maybe the both sides argument. If you didn't want to get vaccinated and you worked for OSHA, well, you would be thanking a district court judge right now. Just like if you were deported to El Salvador, you may be thanking a district court judge right now. We'll get to that later because the Supreme Court actually just ruled on this exact issue. But let's not get totally lost in the sauce. So yeah, we kind of both sides of the situation, but just, to recall, remember our Hawley part? Well, Hawley kind of brought up how the numbers broke down by president. 6 for Bush, 12 for Obama, 64 for Trump 1, 14 for Biden, one of those, or I guess 4 of those being the examples that Massie just mentioned. And then now during Trump 2, there's already been kind of 15 going on. So, okay, cool. So now overall, we have a somewhat better understanding of the situation. So let's go back to Anant and ask ourselves this very question again. Should federal district court judges be allowed to issue universal rulings that bind the executive branch? Yadur, of course, it's probably more simple than a yes or no, given the nuances of the very issues that are being, questioned at the district court level. So maybe let's propose some solutions ourselves. Comment below if you have an idea for a better way to address this issue. This legend here, Newt Gingrich, who was actually the expert witness during that hearing and just so happens to be the last Speaker of the House who